mediums who
Yep.
worked together and interchangeably and with one another and with leaders of, you know, the revolution and for like the movement for civil rights. Like they all worked in tandem together to create cultural moments that brought revolution to the forefront, made normal the ideas of collectivism and working together to bring something into reality. The Black Panther Party also did incredible work, you know, to like just do what they wanted to do, you know, at the end of the day. Like they were like, we see that children are hungry, so we're going to make a free lunch
Feed
program.
children. We're gonna do free medical clinics. We're gonna take care of the people. Yep.
We're going to do that. We're going to have ambulances that take care of our people, just so that we don't have to have that mediator of white supremacy, whether it's through the police or through whatever, you know.
Medical institutions. Good God. I mean, think about the difference with health outcomes for people of color. Yeah, not to interrupt, but to affirm. Please continue.
1000%. No, I feel affirmed. But yeah, so I think that I look definitely to that era of people. Also, like Jane Fonda, I think is a really good example of an ally who has been really consistent with her politic and like really moving conversations forward in the white world as well. Because like there's deep racism in America. Like there is such a segregation that still obviously exists because it's been able to be exploited by this administration for the past 10 years, when his campaign began. And also, that's not to mention the racism that was alive and well during Bush's administration, during his father's administration, during Reagan's administration, during Nixon's administration. Like all of these sitting presidents, and they go back and forth, and during like Clinton also with the crime bill. Like there's just so much that has been done by the duopoly to make it so the most vulnerable of us, the most vulnerable Americans and the most vulnerable people in the world are continue to be exploited and continue to have, you know, their rights slowly but surely encroached upon until we're now in this present moment. This what's happening right now is not happening in a vacuum. As Ms. Como said, you know, we didn't just fall out of a coconut tree. Like there is there was a lot going on before.
I like the way you flipped her for that one. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like
that.
Nothing happens in a vacuum. And this is an amalgamation of allowing white supremacy and capitalism to go unchecked and unfettered, and to gotten us to a point where we're so deep in corruption that it's normalized in such a way where we can't even imagine a better outcome. Like we're not even allowing ourselves to imagine a better place. We're just like, no, of course we can't trust any government officials. Of course this is that. Of course money is what drives everything. Of course profit over people. Of course. None of these should just be of courses. Like they should be, okay, how do we course correct? What is a better way to do that? And how do we get money out of politics so that we can how do we hold, like right now, I can't remember exactly where it was. It was somewhere in Eastern Europe, I believe, but some country just passed a law. I really need to know the country it was, but they just passed a law where politicians are held liable if they lie. Like you can't.
Yeah. It's one of the Norwegian companies.
One of the, you know what I mean? Yeah,
well,
but one of them.
The Chinese will literally like execute people for corruption and bribery, right? You know, like consequences.
I would love some guillotines to enter the chat again. I don't know what we did. We got some technology